Hello and welcome into another video. So today's a special one because we're going to be talking about Tesla's battery day. This topic has been heavily discussed all around the internet. Just look at the Google Trends and look at how much gravity this topic has been getting. Our goal in this video would be to summarize everything that we learned from Tesla's presentation of the new battery today. We're also going to discuss all of the different changes and innovations that engineering team of Tesla is also implementing into their current technology right now. We're going to talk about the new technology that the Tesla is implementing into their manufacturing process. We're also going to discuss why today's presentation was such a big deal. We'll answer the questions like what share of the market will Tesla occupy? And after all of that, we're going to make a rational decision on what exactly we take out of this and how do we trade this stock in the future. After all of these topics get discussed, we're also going to just make an objective decision of how exactly we are going to trade this stock in the future. We're going to do all of that in 3 major steps. In step number 1, we are going to go ahead and talk about the financials and the technical analysis, just to make sure that we understand where the Tesla stock price is standing at on the day of the announcement. In the second part, we are going to go ahead and discuss all of the key points that we ended up taking away from the battery day, and we're also going to emphasize the facts that are the most important for the company's evaluation in the future. Lastly, we're going to go ahead and discuss where the company is headed and what kind of opportunities this technology can offer. Make sure to stick around for the whole video because you would not want to miss out on any information that we're going to be discussing in this video today. On the day of the event, Tesla with the ticker symbol TSLA opened the trading at $431 a share. We had just experienced the price drop overnight because of the market volatility. Markets have not been very conducive to investors' optimism for the battery day. It is still trading 500% higher than at the beginning of the year, and performance outlook by majority of the investing institution is bullish over the long term. Another small big event that happened the day before clouded the presentation and caused the stock to drop by 4%. It was Elon Musk's tweet about the possible shortages of battery cells purchased from the external manufacturers. He also said that Tesla as a company will have to take appropriate actions themselves to battle that. What Elon is saying here is that Tesla is going to rely on external manufacturers a little bit more in the near future. This mostly applies to the batteries that they ended up announcing today, which are not even going to be in mass production up until the year 2022. When it comes to the technical analysis, Tesla shares are also trading at a very important price level. They are 11% higher than 180-day slow-moving average, and we're able to find it support at $430 per share, with the RSI indicator being right on the middle of the chart, indicating that it's not on the oversold nor that it's on the overbought side. On your screen right now, you should be able to see 2 different support levels that the price of the stock was following within the last couple of days. There are 2 ways for us to look at the price that it's currently trading at right now. Some investors can say that the stock price is actually overvalued because of the rapid growth over the past 6 months. Alternatively, Tesla enthusiasts can turn around and say that the company is not about making cars, but a lot more, and the price of the stock is actually fair or even undervalued. Now, since we are on the same page with where the stock is trading at right now, let's go ahead and talk about the battery day key points. Let's go ahead and start off by saying that Tesla's upkeep is actually cheaper than the upkeep of the regular gasoline car. But there's one thing that needs to be replaced on Tesla that is more expensive than on the regular car. You guessed it right, it's the battery. I wish we would get the news about the battery that can last us a very long time. While we have not heard anything about the 1 million mile battery, our expectations were still met. During today's event, Elon Musk announced the 4680 tabless cell that adds energy range and the power. Revolutionary design adds 5 times more energy, 15% more range, and 6 times more power. But these are not even the best news for the Tesla company. Solar power and the energy storage industry is expected to grow faster than the electric cars, and this is the part of the conversation that should be getting more attention. Just look at the total amount of revenue by the company in 2019. They brought $24.6 billion, and it's only expected to grow. Some of the most bullish Tesla fans are not afraid of the high valuations of the possible revenue from the energy business, which can reach more than $200 billion a year in revenue. Tesla Energy represented $1.5 billion in revenue for the company in the fiscal year 2019, which is predicted to increase to $12.4 billion by 2023. This is a very important point because a lot more people are starting to realize that Tesla is not just a car manufacturer. Okay, next we have rumors that leaked days prior to the battery day about the size of the battery. It is evident that the cells are massive, closer to the size of the supercapacitor than a traditional battery cell. This turned out to be true, and you can see the dimensions of the battery on your screen right now. There were actually more than 200,000 people who were watching the live stream on YouTube today, and a lot of them were expecting to hear a lot more about the capabilities of the battery, and Elon Musk was able to deliver it himself. Another revolutionary difference between the new and the old battery is its design. Without getting into technical explanation of what is structurally different, we learned that it requires simpler manufacturing, fewer fewer parts, and it allows for a 5-time reduction in the electrical path, which directly impacts the power and efficiency. During the presentation, Elon ended up getting into the details of the manufacturing, and the main takeaway from that was that the new process will result in 10 times less of waste and 10 times less energy will be required to manufacture 1 unit of the battery. Then the discussion was about the new setup of the manufacturing lane for mass production. After detailed explanation of what has been changed, we can see that the final result yields 7 times higher efficiency during the manufacturing process. It is also worth mentioning that the scalability of the new battery technology will tremendously benefiting from it. Next was the formation. Basically, formation is the process of charging and discharging the cells, and in typical cell factory, formation presents almost quarter of the investment. The sector has benefited the most in the manufacturing process by decreasing formation investments by 86% and decreasing the formation footprint by 75%. After that, 20% increase in the range was achieved by new design for expansion and use of the raw silicon. If this is not enough great news, Elon delivered the gem by stating that the investment for the manufacturing this cell will be 66% lower than the current battery investment up front, while lowering the process cost by another 76%. That is a lot of numbers, but bear with me, it all will make sense in the end. Tesla had made changes to their structural design of the car, allowing for 40% rear underbody cost decrease and 79 less parts for the car manufacturing. This part is very interesting because they developed their new alloy that removed heat treating and coating from the car manufacturing process. And our last feature is going to be structural batteries. They will allow for more dense placement of the batteries, therefore improving their mass efficiency. 10% mass reduction and 14% range increase opportunity when simply removing non-cell battery space, which has a negative mass, and freeing more space for the bigger cells. Just to summarize it, it all leads to 3 major improvements: 54% increase range, 56% reduction in the dollar per kilowatt per hour production, 69% reduction in investments per gigawatt production. As a conclusion, the event led to a grand finale of the graph that shows that Tesla is changing the entire industry in the world by implementing all of the publicly announced changes and plans to make 20 million cars per year, taking over the production of at least 1% of all vehicles in the world. Elon did not specify the timeline for this goal. He also ended up adding that production of the powertrains that cost less than the combustion engines will lead to the goal to make the electric vehicle priced at around $25,000 with a range of 520 miles. The car doesn't have a name yet, but after an impressive presentation of its capabilities, Elon Musk ended up stating that the car will be available by the end of the next year. Congratulations, you made it to the very last topic of our discussion, which is: how do we trade Tesla from now? Based on the presentation and the curiously timed tweet from Elon Musk, I would say that this technology would still need a couple more years to be actually implemented into the real world. But we also don't have a reason to doubt Tesla or Elon Musk himself. Make sure to always do your own due diligence and do not trade based on somebody else's opinions. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to continue to dollar cost average up until it's still trading above the 180-day SMA line. Once it breaks through that 180-day SMA line, I'm most likely going to be shortening my positions. Thank you for watching, make sure to subscribe to the channel, and don't forget to let me know in the comment section below what you think about today's presentation. I hope you enjoyed, and I'll see you in the next one.